Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the elders for lifting their pipes and the Cookums for praying this morning, and many of our elders and veterans over there sitting in that tent, and all the former leadership they have on the wall in there, all the way back to Chief Beardy himself, and our current chief, Edwin Ananas. I always have to watch. I make sure I don't call him Lennox. And of course, Angus Esperance. Angus and I started talking about this in the spring before COVID came and affected our world. And it stopped for a while, and then we started talking again. It's like, okay, now people can go to the homes. So we arranged, and Chief and myself and Sheldon Krasowski from our office, he's our research and archives coordinator, to come speak with Angus. And we did our research before that, and there had been a lot of research that had been done, a lot of looking and a lot of finding. And Angus was one of those people. He was doing all this work for 40 years to get us to this day. So I arranged a call with Canada because we couldn't find where the trail left off. In 1885, General Middleton called Chiefs Beardy's and Okemasis to Prince Albert. He wanted to speak with them. He called them there, and he questioned them about their involvement in the resistance. They said they did not stand against the Queen. Okemasis said, I only wanted to make a living for my wife and my children. Beardy said, I told my men to sit still. They did not stand against the Queen. We kept our promise. Middleton said he didn't believe them. And he said, give me your medals. You don't deserve them. And there's a brochure going around that we've handed out about that information. And he told them all, burn your reserves. None of my telegraph surveyors should be threatened or shot at. You give me those medals or I'll burn your reserves and everyone in them. They were thinking of their people, and they had to give up their medals. I know it's a long time coming to get to this day. But Angus was really the vehicle that got us here. When we had our first negotiations with Canada about this, they said, we don't do that. Go see spec claims. Spec claims came back to Cernak. We don't do that. They just said, we don't do that. When we came and told Angus what Canada's answer was, it was heartbreaking. Because as one of those people, like the Lieutenant Governor, I have to relay this message. This is what the Queen's representative had come back with. That they didn't do that. Must be a really good day. All these horns are going off. People are going to hear it everywhere. So with the assistance of Sheldon, we started going and finding where can we get another medal. I said, I'm the treaty commissioner. I'm not going to report to Canada on this. I don't have to. I'm the commissioner. I will give them back their medals. It was the commissioners and the lieutenant governors in 1876 who shook hands and gave them their medals. And it was the commissioner and the lieutenant governor again today who brought these medals back. They are cut from the original casts that were made in England. Those casts were requested to be sent over to Canada, what's now Canada, from England, because some of the medals that they were giving out after treaties 2 and 3 were of no good. And they said, no, we want the real ones. So they had to send the wax cast from those original artists and those what do they think they're, the mold creators. Sheldon, we have all the information. And they carved this man and his sons. And they were with the Royal Heritage Mint. Now those wax impressions are here. The original treaty dies are here in Canada. They're at the Canadian Heritage Mint. These metals are exactly from those original dyes. They are 99% silver, and they are the exact dimensions and the exact weight. They're from the exact dyes, so these are what can be considered original metals. This is opening the door for so many things to come. First, they told us no. Then after this week, calls, emails. Now Canada's paying attention. I think they're going to change their mind on saying no about this. This is going to open the door for so many other bands. How many bands were labeled as resistance, participated as in the rebellion, and they were found to not? They had annuities taken away. They had their salaries as chiefs and headmen. Chiefs were supposed to get $25, headmen $15. Many of those bands had those suspended. In order to disrupt their tribal governance, they took away those salaries. Metals were taken, confiscated, and never found again. Many of those metals ended up in private collections. Some were melted down and sold for the silver. Some were taken off dead chiefs' bodies. Some were taken by Middleton, taken back to England, and nobody knows where they went from there. When Middleton went back to England, he was given the job of Keeper of the Crown Jewels in the London Tower until 1898 when he died. I believe some of those metals may be in the London Tower. Still waiting for the Queen to answer my letter on that one. So we'll keep doing projects like this, and we're going to have another call with Canada about this in the coming week. And we're going to see what else we can open the door to with this, because it's just a meager act of reconciliation. But it's something we could do right now to make your community and Angus's dream come true. May which.